Ani mucho, som ticho, len kľud. Dom pen hneď môj hud. Veď ho platí, čo ne som tu. Každý rok, každý deň som zmrt. Aj dobrý chlapec. A furt, stále ten istý kruh. Naši ľudia sú pre spút. Iba pravda z mojich úst, želých ako ľud. Uvoľni sa kľud. Dom pen hneď môj hud. Veď ho platí, čo ne som tu. Každý rok, každý deň som zmrt. Aj dobrý chlapec. A furt, stále ten istý kruh. Naši ľudia sú pre spút. Iba pravda z mojich úst, želých ako ľud. Uvoľni sa kľud.
I'm ready. This is where it all basically started. In this room, I grew up from 10 years old to 20. I lived here with my sister, and it was constant, her trying to study, me trying to just make clothes or do whatever I kind of wanted to do. So we had this weird battle between each other where I was trying my best to do what I wanted to do, and same goes for her. For those who don't know, I grew up in America. I lived there for 8 years, and I was there from 2 years old to 10. And I want to kind of touch upon that, how that influenced me, and how I kind of, when moving here, it was a big switch in my life, because I went from being used to something since I can remember, I only saw America, to then coming to a country that I've never seen before, didn't really know the language, and had no friends. I really came to a blind spot. Subconscious me was taking in information that I didn't necessarily know about, but then when I moved here, it's a really big impact, and I really felt the difference, either in friendships or in just the way I thought and how we grew up. It was just my two parents and my sister, and we only had each other. We didn't have anybody else there. At the end of the day, there was no family. Till this day, how I create is really influenced by how I grew up here in Slovakia. I don't know why, I can't even explain it to myself, but the influence I experienced here is much more stronger than I did in America, because maybe the subconscious me is more influenced by the States, but the conscious me is really influenced by Slovakia. I wanted to also showcase kind of the surroundings of where I grew up, and kind of how this had such an impact on everything that I am doing and still am doing. It's such a big factor of how I create and how everything is aligned with each other. So I wanted to take a little walk, take a little breather outside. I wanted to take you guys to this spot because this is kind of a little special one. This is where I used to work. It was my first job ever. I used to be a waiter here when I was 16, which is pretty crazy. I don't know, it all plays a role into it, because around that time I started kind of experimenting with clothes. This first job, the first paycheck I ever got from was 280 euros. And from that money, I remember I bought my first sewing machine. The starting point of something doesn't always have to be something you'll already imagine, because I started here being a waiter for like a year and a half, and to be honest, I actually really liked the job. I worked for 3 euros an hour, which is pretty crazy. Just growing up here and being a kid was very important to just kind of fuck around and find out. I would say that's the best connection I have from my childhood. It was just, we did things, we experienced things, we learned, we had fun, we smiled, we had great laughs and everything, and just the surrounding of everything here is basically where we hung out with all the homies. Everything was happening and was really experienced in the streets, always outside, always doing things. We were nonstop talking about ideas to each other. It's a strong thing to now look back at how we just had so much fun as kids here, either playing soccer at the field or just, we used to scooter around like over there. there was so much things we did and that influenced it that I wouldn't take back any moment of that, because it was a great childhood. And yeah, I would also like to talk about Philip a little, because Philip is a person in my life that has influenced me a lot. He showed me that anything I put my mind to, I can actually do. Ever since we can both remember, we remember each other. So it's a pretty beautiful friendship. And ever since I moved back, we were still in contact. We still are to this day. We're constantly talking, either on FaceTime, texting, whatever. Anytime I feel stuck or have a problem or anything, he is one of the first people to know about it, and he very much helps me to push my thoughts and push me to a level I don't think I could get without him. And this is the first ever piece that was created. This is not even unk9. This is something that at the time I didn't even necessarily know what it was supposed to be. I took my first pair of pants I had that my mom was like, oh, you're gonna destroy them, and I pretty much did, because this is crazy to see. It really holds the feeling of what I was going through in that period of time. I think this is 2019 we're talking. I learned how to sew for the first time by hand. My mom taught me. Shout out to her. Yeah, I don't know. Let me read some stuff off of this, because I actually don't even know what's on this, but let's go with the flow. Best friends. And it's me and an alien that has a 15 flipped around on him. 2 hearts. Then there's a quote saying, like a picture, you can't buy happiness, but you can buy weed, and that's pretty close. Hard. That's hard, guys. Live life on the edge. Do epic shit. Then here we have, this is something I still stick to this day. For here it says, do it for the memories. And it's funny that it's actually on this piece of clothing, because this is such a big memory out of everything. It was the start to everything. This just, I know it doesn't look like much, but for me it really means a lot, because it's something that in the moment really had value to me and had a lot of meaning, and it still has even more meaning than it used to maybe back in the day for me. It's just a big memory that showcases kind of the journey of how everything started, because without this piece, I don't think anything would start. I then made my second pair of pants, which is pretty much the same thing, but how I leveled up on this was I learned how to sew better with hand. I also didn't have the sewing on point, but these are the second pair of pants. From the second ones, we come to the final third ones. Really decent, sewed on, everything's glued on. Then you have the backing. Interesting journey, I would say, from, I can call it a mental breakdown, but don't take my word as like I was crying or anything, but I had this inner anger in me that felt like I'm doing something wrong, that this is not what I'm supposed to be doing. And it isn't really necessarily connected with like I wasn't supposed to be making clothes, but there was a missing piece to it, and kind of that's where unk9 comes into the frame. And unk9 was created based off of a kind of low point where I felt that nothing's working out, but then this nothing working out kind of led to the whole conclusion of it all working out, because I came up with a new concept of like, how can I create something new, something that has a meaning to it, and that's the birth of unk9. So, it's, wait, let me check. It's the 8th of January. This is my setup right here. And yeah, it works. First collection, James Bond collection. Everything here. And this is the fucking setup. A light for my desk. Those lights. And that's it. Camera. Have to use a flash also. It works, bro. It works. You can do anything you want. You just have to do it. I remember this like yesterday. I was looking out the window. We had the class of the Slovak language, and just it popped to me. The nine. The nine just kept on surfacing, and it just made so much sense, but I didn't really understand it. And that's the first time I read about angel numbers. I didn't before really believe in that or even really heard about them, but I was like, might as well give it a go. And I remember telling my mom about it, and my mom doesn't necessarily believe in these type of things, but she had goosebumps reading it. And everything about the number 9 just makes sense and fits with me. I don't necessarily have to explain to you because it makes a lot of sense to me, but the biggest factor that stuck to me from the text about it was how it explained that my next step is always unknown. And if I have to tie that back into the creation of the first pans, those first pans were so unknown. The creation of it, the process, everything was just me doing whatever I felt. Like there was no backstory with it. It was just like feelings. And feelings are sometimes so also unknown that the first time when I said unk9, I was like, wow, this is it. This is something I want to continue with. And till this day, it feels very right. And I'm very happy for it. And it's definitely coming to the grave with me. It's not just a random thought or a thing I just saw. It's something that came from within. That's why there's such a deeper meaning behind it, and it's not just you're not wearing just a brand, but you're wearing a full thought process. You're wearing kind of a part of me to a certain point, but mainly you're supporting the vision we all have.
I could sum it up really easily. Holy fuck. Like I didn't think it would happen that fast, if that makes sense. Like you really put that work in, you know what I mean? Like you're going crazy with pop-ups, and I'm like sitting here, and it sucks that I can't fucking make it to one because I would love to. I'd love to see all the fucking friends that you have and all the people that help you on this journey, because like you're telling me that I'm helping, but you have so many other fucking faces there that are helping you as well. But wow, are you kidding me? Like the last pop-up you did, you had what looked like fucking, I don't even want to put a number on it because it just either you edited that recap really well and you used it, or you were doing something. You know,
And I remember having this problem with like before unk9 even was called unk9, there was so many other names that I was coming up with, but it just didn't feel right. And I remember him telling me after like 6 months of trying, saying stuff like this just sometimes has to come randomly in your life. And ever since that day, I always hold that thought in with me. And I look back and I try to remind myself that some things just have to come naturally. You're one of those that has his specific place in this whole journey. So I guess I would end it off with a thank you note to you. And I do appreciate you for everything, for our little conversations, our big conversations, our life lived together, because that also shaped us definitely together. It created a special bond to us. And I just love that I can call you whenever and just talk to you about whatever I need, and I know you'll just be there. So thank you again. I appreciate it. I love you. And the people need to see you at the next one.
no, American pop-up, bro. Where's the American pop-up?
Oh my God, 2027? When I started screen printing, it was much more harder because first I needed somewhere to dry the screens, right? Because they can't be in light. So I used my sister's closet and I used to dry the screens there. And sometimes there was so much hoodies to dry that half of them were in this room, the other half were in my parents' room on their bed. When I remember there was times where they even couldn't go to sleep some nights because I would print late, and then at 11 we realized like, oh, the hoodies are still drying, because of course I didn't think of even getting a heat gun, you know. I also used to burn out my screens in the sun. I randomly saw an Instagram video of a guy saying that you can burn your screens out on the sun, and I was like, okay, let's try it. And that's how I started actually. I bought a setup for I think it was like around 200 euros. And I just bought a mesh. My dad made my first screen from wood, and all of them were kind of from wood. And I just pulled the screen with a staple gun and just like went all the way around and just pulled it from each side and stapled in a staple. And that's how I basically made a screen. And then I would take it and I would put it on my balcony in the sun for 3 minutes, and then I would wash it out in the shower. Anything is possible. You don't need any special resources. You can just do a DIY makeshift and it works, you know? Ako ste vnímali veľký skok sa presťahovať z krajiny, kde ste mali rozbehnutý život?
Bože, dúfam, že neviem plakať.
Už plačeš?
A jednoducho, bali sme sa vlastne, miešali sa tam nás tie pocity nejakého strachu.
Neistoty.
Čo nás vlastne tam čaká. Ako to všetko zvládneme s deťmi, s malými. A zároveň nejaké nadšenie, čo nám tá vlastne nová krajina všetko dá. Bolo to v roku 2005, keď sme sa odsťahovali, ale ocko išiel skôr, v roku 2004, aby nám tam pripravil nejakú pôdu pre nás. Pôdičku. Zabezpečil si čo nám v Amerike? No, čo si nám zabezpečil?
Teraz, jak černý baroni. No, čo som ja tam zabezpečil?
No, čo?
No čo, ubytovanie.
Áno, ubytovanie.
Robotku.
Prácu vlastne, no ako prácu pre seba samozrejme, pre seba, aby sme vedeli nejako začať tam existovať. Pretože sme tu vlastne v našej krajine Slovensku opúšťali svojich priateľov, rodinu. Všetkých. Barcelon choď. Davidko, Davidko, ako bolo? Super.
A pozitívum bolo to, že vy ste sa naučili perfekt anglicky. V podstate rodina sa združila dokopy. Máme úplne také iné puto, také rodinné. Nie? A ty plačeš.
No. Rodina.
Okay.
Súdržnosť
tej rodiny. Áno. No myslím si, že vás to ovplyvnilo akože veľmi pozitívne, pretože vám to dalo strašne veľa ako ten život v zahraničí kvôli tomu, že stali ste sa takí otvorenejší, si myslím. Samostatnejší, samozrejme, možno, že empatickejší, hlavne kvôli tomu, že ste vyrastali medzi inými národnosťami, kultúrami, bola to úplne iná kultúra, ktorá vám vlastne poskytla tieto možnosti si dať asi iný pohľad na svet. Totálne.
Akí sme boli?
No, živani.
Joj, tak ty si bol neskutočne energický chlapec. Od malička. Proste hyperaktívny. Vyliezol si ešte neviem kde. Proste všade. Nevedela som ťa, keď si išiel, strašne rýchlo si sa naučil na kolobežke, na bicykli. Ja som ťa nevedela nikdy chytiť. Stala som, Davidko, dávaj pozor. Don't worry, mami. A že OK. Tvoja vášeň futbal. Nie, povedz si.
Sme tam lietali po tých tréningoch, každý deň. Strašné.
Nevadilo ti, že hraješ, že trénuješ skoro každý deň v týždni, cez víkendy,
Ježiš,
turnaje, zápasy, každý sobota, nedeľa stále.
Strašné.
V kúse sme fandili ako family tvoja, hej, stále vo všetkom. No a sme si mysleli, že bude z teba professional soccer player, hej. No, ale... Asi nevyšlo.
Nevydalo.
Ocko sa hneval strašne.
Ja som sa dlho hneval na to, no. Taja hamšika chcel mať, nie.
Tak.
A to presne tak.
Ale keď si bol maličký, keď si končil škôlku, v Amerike si pamätám, že si povedal výrok When I grow up, I want to be a doctor.
Keby, aj nemusí byť spomienka, ale že keď nastal ten skok vo mne, čo sa týka toho, že keď som dajme tomu začal robiť viac to oblečenie, alebo začal som sa obliekať inak, že ako ste to vnímali, ako mi začni ty.
Bezďak. Bezďák, čistý bezďák. Keď som ťa stretol v meste, máš 3 eurá máš odo mňa hneď a euro na oblečenie. 4 eurá, jak bezďák máš. Tak
a ešte aj doteraz, David, doteraz, keď napríklad sa s nami spájaš. To co za sukeň má? Z toho, že vlastne si vymenil ten, vieš, dres futbalový, hej, a zrazu si zobral foťak do ruky, si pamätám, že prvý tvoj krúžok po futbale bol fotografický krúžok s Bognarom. To si pamätám. A zrazu proste naša malá detská izba, spoločná s Kikou, plná tých všetkých látok, šiaci stroj si chcel po stromček, látky, neviem, farby, sieťky, všetko možné. Oco ti robil ramiky v garáži.
Zadara.
A proste, no museli sme si jednoducho na to zvyknúť, hej, na to všetko. Ale myslím si, že stalo to za to všetko.
Hey mom and dad, I just wanted to say everything's happening. We're doing it. And thank you so much. Love you.
Vedeli sme, že to nie je len to oblečenie, ale že to je tvoja cesta.
Cesta.
Proste vieme, že to nie je len o oblečení, ale je to vlastne tvoja vášeň, tvoje všetko.
Tak to cíti tu asi v tom srdiečku, no. Nie?
Že mysleli ste si, že to, čo som vtedy robil, reálne sa vybuduje to, čo teraz je z toho?
Asi na začiatku ani nie. Asi sme boli takí skôr skeptickejší, že proste nemysleli sme, že to pôjde až tak ďalej, hej, až tak ďaleko, že je niečo je za tým vlastne viac ako len to oblečenie,
že
to
sušenie. Že to len také chvíľkové bude.
Hej, že to je taký nejaký rozmar tvoj, ktorý si vlastne ideš na základe niečoho, že nie na základe seba, ale že to berieš po niekom inom. Ako tak som si to ja myslela, vtedy vnímala, hej. Viem, že ťa inšpiroval Filip, veľa, to viem. A som si myslela, že vlastne ním si veľmi ovplyvnený a že vlastne ideš ako keby jeho cestou. Nevnímala som to ako tvoju cestu, ale teraz viem, že to je úplne iné. Teraz vidím tú inú pointu ako po tých eventoch tvojich a tak, že proste, že je to hlbšia myšlienka, hej. Že nie je to také, ako to bolo v mojej hlave predtým.
No to bola moja druhá otázka.
Tak lebo rozdiel je, vieš, čo robil doma a rozdiel, keď sme išli napríklad do Bazáru alebo do Tabačky.
Áno.
A vidíš tých ľudí, tých jeho kamošov.
Áno,
že
čo proste, je to úžasné.
Jaký je rozdiel pre vás, keď ste videli prvú akciu a dajme tomu posledná, čo bola v Tabačke, čo bola v lete?
No hej, motor tam bol.
Tak keď som videla tú akciu v Tabačke, tú poslednú v Tabačke, tak si myslím, že je to bol to obrovský skok.
Tak v Bazári sme už boli prekvapení, že akože nehovorím, že tam neviem koľko ľudí bolo, ale bolo tak vlastne na to, že robil prvú akciu, tak tam bolo dosť ľudí.
Áno, ale...
Z môjho pohľadu.
Hej,
ale Tabačka
v tej Tabačke proste si, ako keby si sa viacej zviditeľnil a viac to bolo o tebe, si myslím. Že si tam mal všetko proste krásne také organizačne zabezpečené a vďaka tebe, tak bolo to úžasné, no naozaj. Hej.
Iné to bolo.
Myslím si, že musí si za svojím cieľom, musí byť odvážny, cieľavedomý a musí si stať za tým, za čím ide. Aj keď sa to rodičom nepáči na začiatku, ale musia ho nechať.
Ale môže si vypočuť.
Môže si vypočuť názor samozrejme.
Rodiča. A už je to na ňom, tak... či to zoberie, či to nezoberie.
Áno, tak.
Určite.
Ale žiadny rodič nechce vlastnému decku zle. Čiže stále aj ten rodič sa snaží mu pomôcť v tom, alebo čo možno zlepšiť, nasmerovať určitým, vieš, také určité smerovanie. Či to zoberie, či to nezoberie. To už je na ňom. Či to bude niekedy lutovať, nebude, či to bude správne, či to nebude.
Ale
to
je super, keď má ten mladý človek svoj vlastný
jasné,
názor a keď si ide za svojím, hej. Tak ako...
Jasné,
ako ty,
toto
povedal,
beriem.
že...
Čo by si mi odkázali do budúcna?
Tak sme na teba hrdí.
Trička zadarmo.
Nie,
Žiadne placenie. Rodič nesmie platiť trička.
No, ale podporovať ho môže.
No, podporovať, hej, to je jedno. Podpora je podpora, platenie za tričko je platenie.
Nie, akože
Od do.
odkážeme ti to do budúcnosti, že chod si za svojím, dotiahni to tam, kde ty chceš a sme na teba hrdí.
A máme ťa radi.
We're in Bazaar Bar. This is the spot where it all started, where it all happened. I can even call it like it's our home, you know what I mean, to a certain point. Building something that I think is not seen in this city at all, with the help of everyone, and everything that just happened all around it is crazy. I want to show basically the seriousness of what actually is truly happening behind the scenes, and that it's not just your daily event that you go to, but you're really supporting something that's much bigger than me, than us. I think a lot of you are also feeling it. For those who don't know Stanley, he was a good friend of mine. Without him, actually, this would never be possible. He was the person who came to me from day one, supported. That first pop-up wasn't just because I have a clothing brand and I want to do a pop-up, I want to do something, but it was a special occasion that occurred just based off of friendship. And maybe that's also why I think we need to be more connected, and that's also shown in other pop-ups, and the ones to come, I feel like, are supposed to be more about that. It's about us, it's about community. There's a little message to you, man. I'll take your drink. I always felt the energy from the day you passed to all the events that occurred. I know you were here, I know you felt it. There's also a t-shirt right there in memory of you, and it's always gonna be here. Because also how it says here, Bazaar Bar made you unk9. And thank you. You're someone who really deserves it. Unfortunately, I'm not able to tell it to your eyes anymore, but I know somewhere in this building, somewhere in the world, you're there, you hear me, and this is a toast to you and a special thank you because I really do appreciate it. You set it off, and you're gonna always be in my heart, man. So thank you, love you. Cheers to that. And with that, that ties into how I never thought from the first event, what I saw, what happened here, there was gonna be something much more and much more bigger than it actually was, from just a small event with, I can call it, a bigger group of my friends, to now seeing so much of you, so much people I don't know, so much people that support it. Genuinely, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I'll be saying this for the end of my life. Without you guys, this would never be possible. And I feel like what's happening here and what we're building together is not seen, or not even not seen. It's more of, I feel like the authenticity of it is very there. It's just amazing. Everything that's just been happening is crazy to me. It feels like a fever dream to a certain point. You guys see it, I see it, everyone sees it, that there's something here in this city. I feel like there's so much more to come with this. I'm not saying I'm the one that's fully doing it, but I feel like at the moment right now, there's not anyone specifically doing it like we're doing it. The first one ever, it was something I never did before ever. I went into it pretty blindly. Like, Stanley just came to me and he was like, yo, do an event here. I was like, sure. Really didn't know what to expect at all. Like, I just wanted to be good, you know what I mean? I was like, my name's under this, or let's just say the brand's name is under this, so it has to be crazy. There was already people waiting here at like 4, like that. I remember there was like 40 to 50 people waiting here. Everybody ran inside when it opened. We sold out the teas in like 1 hour, I think, 1.5 hours. Once there was no more teas, everybody left. And then you can imagine me in my head, I'm like, wow, no one's here. Like, why? This is pretty weird, you know? And my heart started beating. It was a little stressful situation where it's like, there was so much people here, and then all of a sudden everybody left. I started overthinking a lot. I was telling my friends, yeah, it's okay, you know, like people still showed up, but like, it's fine, like it happens. Like, I guess it didn't work out. At 8, it got packed again, like even more than it was before. And I was just looking around. I remember just standing in this corner, and I just saw that there's like so much people here. We had a DJ set right there, and we just went crazy from 8 to like, I think at 10 the police showed up or something like that, I don't remember. People were dancing, we were singing. Of course, like when it got later, people started leaving and stuff. But I just remember that night I came home, I laid in bed, and then I was just like thinking of the whole night, and I was like, even at that position, even though it was like 2 years ago, I just was like, I felt so proud. I remember her coming to me and she was like, yesterday when we were there, my dad told her that he just looked at her and he just like shook his head and he was like, do you believe like our son did this? And then I remember my mom telling me this, and there's a special part in my heart that I still hold that memory to this day, because I have the blessing that my parents support me for what I do, even though the start of it was, not saying they didn't support me in the past, but it was kind of this thing of like, I guess they didn't really believe it, you know what I mean? Maybe I didn't even believe it, but I was crazy enough to the point where I knew that what's supposed to come, I felt it so strongly that over the past 2 years, it really showed me like, I have to be doing this. Like, this is meant for me. This is something that's coming to the grave with me. It will always be here. Take that as how you want, but this is gonna be a very special place one day when I look back in 10 years, when I'm gonna be walking down the street that's right in front of me and just gonna be thinking of like, wow, we did so much crazy shit here. Just look, mom and dad, we doing it, and we've been doing it. Tabačka, Tabačka. What's up, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? Just what they did for me and supported me is, I can't thank you enough. So Tabačka, big shout out. My second family also, so I really appreciate that. Yeah, we're just like, I don't know, just being here right now when it's empty and just looking at this, it again feels so unreal to me that something so big has been able to be built here, you know what I mean? And just the comparison of seeing something empty and then seeing something filled with amazing people is just, it's a special thing for me, and I'm really grateful for that, and I just hope to push that more and more. I really have to say that like Tabačka and Bazaar are two places that helped build unk9, and they've been supportive since the start, so it's a special thing. It's definitely a special thing to see everything. We made a very special impact also here, either to the city or to just the whole movement. I feel like the culture that has been built around all of this, how we expanded from a little venue to then doing one of the biggest pop-ups here in the summer. So Make Kešel Great Again pop-up happened here in this exact spot. It was the second ever pop-up, which is kind of crazy to think now looking back. Dneska Make Kešel Great Again.
Jaký je line-up, kedy začínáme?
7:00 začíná pop-up. 9:00 končí pop-up. 9:00 začíná akcia a sme tu dokedy. Dokedy ľudia vládzu Make Kešel Great Again. Jedno s druhým proste. Ideme na to dneska. Ideme na to pop-up part 2.
Hlave dotyky mám hlave náš sex. Na srdci modriny a na perách. Všetky pretty girls, robíme to pre každého, kto sa cíti, to je word. 8.
We made Kešel great again, as always. Shout out to everyone that helped make this project come to life. Shout out to everyone who performed here. Shout out to the people that came here because it was amazing. It was a wonderful night, and I really respect it because we're really changing the community here, and it's all for the people. So till next time, see you soon, guys.
It's for the culture.
Yeah.
Shout out unk9.
That pop-up for me was such a learning point. There was a lot of things I fucked up, but you go and you learn, right? So can't really complain necessarily about that, but I'm glad it happened to a certain point, because without that happening, it would not be possible for me to grow and for us to grow. But besides that, it was still a good event. Don't get me wrong with that, but I just feel like the journey of all of this and everything you're seeing also now is just so much more important than you actually think. Because for you, right, you see a vlog, or you see a promo, or even you come to the event, but just the feeling behind it and the whole theory of what is actually going on, this is the main reason of this document. The culture around it here, especially in Košice, the culture we are building together, because it's no one else. It's us who built it, and we continue building it. And my favorite saying is, people know when unk9 is in town. You feel it, everybody goes crazy. I see it. I also wanted to talk about the impact we have on the youth. It's something that is not seen a lot. I really feel how with these pop-ups, there is an impact that, I'm gonna say in a funny way, but it has to be studied, I think, or will be studied in the future. Who needs it more than us? Us, the East Side, of course. There's nothing happening here. Yeah, of course you have an event from time to time, but there's nothing that I feel that really resonates with the youth as much as these pop-ups do. Maybe it's just something I think, but also I see it. So it can be something that's like delusional in my head, but it's an actual real factor that's ongoing. And with this space and with the people here who helped me build that, you, Tabačka, and all my friends, family who are connected into this, it's really showing how it's us together building something that started in a room, like you saw already, but you can genuinely do anything you want. You can put your mind to it and you can just build it. It doesn't have to be perfect. It won't be perfect at the start. It's still not perfect even for me. Like, I'm still learning. Everything is an ongoing journey that you just have to try, fail, try again, fail a little bit less, try again, maybe not fail, maybe just fail in certain parts. But I feel like the opportunities are always there. Sometimes you just gotta open your eyes a little. And especially the pop-up that happened on the 23rd of August, 2025. For those who don't know, we did over 100 prints that night, which is crazy. People brought their own clothes. We printed on them, and over 100 prints from 6 p.m. I think we closed it up around 10. I would say the one that shifted it all, just from a perspective of, I saw something that I don't think I've ever seen before. It wasn't even about the things I necessarily saw. It was more about the feeling, if I have to put that on the right direction of it. The feeling from that day and seeing all the people come here, like the flashbacks, just the flashbacks from it brings a very big smile to my face. How we all connected, how people were telling me they met friends here that they didn't see in such a long time, how we're all connecting something, and this is where I want to connect it to the community. We're building such a big community, even though maybe like at the moment it's still maybe small for some people. Of course, there's a lot of things that exist in a bigger picture, but our picture is so big already that I feel like it's unstoppable even to a certain point, like, and that the people are the ones who are doing it, not me. And this is where the community comes and kind of the vision this place had, and the people that believed in me behind the doors, that gave me the opportunity, that trusted me to the point where they allowed me even to do a event at that scale here. I can just be grateful for it. From a perspective of maybe someone who never has come to an event of unk9, I really want to encourage you to join next time and to see it yourself, because I know I joke around in the vlogs like, oh, you're gonna have FOMO, whatever. It's not even about that. I just want to showcase that in this city, it's very possible to build something from scratch, even though people will tell you, oh, there's nothing here, it's not possible, this city is shit, whatever. There's a lot of that. But just look at us. We're a living example of it, that it's possible. And do it with any resources you have. You don't need to have any special resources. The way I started, anyone can start. Not saying that's maybe the journey you are gonna follow, but it's not a journey you should not consider. I never said this thing is easy to do, but it's not impossible. And the only thing you need is to just start and do it. I know it's a cliche thing to say. I feel like with us, the culture is much more stronger than without us, and that's why I'll always also continue this. It's always been for the youth. It will be for the youth. It is for this generation, next generation, the generation that is here but is older. It's for anyone. And this is something I want to showcase even more and more, that anyone is welcome. Yeah, you're probably looking like where we're at. At the moment, we're still kind of in a location I can't really be talking about, but it's all gonna make sense when everything goes out. And this is not an end of an era, but it's actually a start to a new one. So thank you, and all I gotta say to that is Eastside Strong.
Kde sme, čo sme?
unk9, we make Košice great again. Tu je Daďo Polák, to je tvorca umenia v Košiciach a navždy bude reprezentovať Košice v tom najlepšom svetle, lebo je to jeho hometown hero.
Aj to rýchlo pred a furt, stále ten istý kruh. Naši ľudia sú pre spúd, iba pravda z mojich úst, želých ako lúz. Uvoľní sa kruh,